Yeah, I have that in there. Hello, Trey. Welcome. I am sorry for being late. I did not mean to be. Um, so I actually, before I went on stream today, I actually crashed like as soon as 2:30 hit, and my brain, it wouldn't function. So I decided to take a little bit of a break, instead of doing my art stuff. But I'm here now. I am here now. And I am ready. Hello, Lucy Moth. Good to see you. So, the plan for today. Hello, Jesse. The plan for today is. So, I have like this Old Testament class that I'm enrolled in. And one of our assignments is to teach our fellow classmates what we've learned in class throughout the week, and I thought it would be a good idea, and I asked my teacher about this to make sure that it was okay, but I thought it would be a good idea to make a video about it, especially since like I do a lot of Bible stuff, and we're learning like Genesis right now, and like you guys know, I love Adam and Eve. That's my channel. Those are my babies. Like those, if it wasn't for Adam and Eve, like in that story and how much I love them and the lore, I would not be doing Hazbin Hotel stuff. I just would not. So, we didn't have to do this in week 1, so unfortunately I did miss a chance to talk about Adam and Eve more. But I do have a chance to talk about Cain and Abel, which I did do. That video is going to be a little bit different than my usual content, though, because it's focusing more on the spiritual side than on the lore. But hopefully people will like it anyway. So I've got that script all done. I've recorded most of it. There are some re-records that I have to do. But for right now, what we can do is I can draw. And actually, I can draw something that actually I've been meaning to do. I have an idea. Hang on. This goes away. Hang on. I have a better idea. Where is my merch folder? Where did I put it? There you are. I reorganized everything, and now I can't find anything at all. Let's see. Would be here in the spring folder. What are the proportions on this? 1600 by 2133. Oh, I've already got that up. Okay. Adam and Eve are God's children. AJ calls Adam and Eve her babies. This is proof that AJ is a god. Worship me, fools. I'll flood you. Don't test me. I will throw so much water on you. Okay. The idea for the composition has eluded me, like the second I got the thing up. Great. I'm gonna make a little tiny baby sketch. I know this is not Cain and Abel, but it is what I would like to draw anyway. We'll just get Duck to be our shield. Blasphemy. Having Duck die for your sins, how dare you. That's an adorable drawing. I loved Husk picking Nifty up. Oh, just you wait. So the plan for these two images right here is I found a company that lets me like print on demand make notebooks. So this is planned to be the front cover of the notebook, and this is planned to be the back cover. Yes, I can't wait to finish that. Like, He's so cute. They're cute. Like something that I wanted to do with this notebook was to like put together characters that don't get like a lot of time together in the canon, like the original show's canon. I wanted to put them together. So like Charlie and Angel Dust I think is very cute. And Vaggie like off by herself with Kiki. I don't think she gets enough time with Kiki. Just of the Egg Boys, those two are always together, and like the idea of this dad chasing his boys around is adorable to me. You know, the Egg Boys have actually become one of my favorite characters, some of my favorite characters, because of the people that I've picked to play them. Like, the people who play Starry is, Egg Boy is played by my sister the Hermit. Starry plays Cheggy and Snegboy, and Toons plays Mech Egg Boy and Frank. And like in the work server, like Starry and Frank are always teasing each other back and forth, and it's the most adorable thing, but also really funny sometimes. I don't know, it endears me so much to see children just being children. Like it's like seeing like it's like being around them is like being around baby cousins that from like a distant section of the family. It's so much fun. And goodness gracious, I want babies so bad. I need to have children. Anyway, two other characters that I think don't get enough time to interact with each other is Husk and Nifty. Both of these two. I think the only interaction that Husk and Nifty had with each other directly was in the first episode of season 1, when like when Nifty said by like being forced, and Husk told her to keep it to herself. I loved that. There was also the time where like Nifty was drunk and was like messing with Husk's ears. I thought that was very cute. Anyway, I think Husk and Nifty need more time to interact with each other. They entertain me. It makes me happy. Something else I like is Alistair out here in the back eating a small bird when he thinks no one is looking at him. Because, like, Alistair's whole thing is that he pretends to be a distinguished gentleman, but then when no one's looking, he's actually a feral creature. And I like Alistair when he's being a foul creature. Anyway, so since we have these two, my next idea is to have, like, a scene of the Garden of Eden, with Adam and Eve just playing with each other. It would make me feel happy. And you know, it also fits with the springtime like theming that I've got for this first release. Hear me out, what if Nifty and Husk? Nifty X Husk, I mean? It would work. I feel like that would be a good ship. I see it. Anyway, so now I just need to figure out like this composition. I want Adam and Eve to be like chasing each other around like little gremlins. This is already very cute. Oh, without like being able to see their expressions, this looks like she's being attacked. I would. Gonna die on stream. Alright. I was actually imagining it being like Adam that was that was chasing her. My idea, like for like how I'm gonna have them in the first season, like I wanted Eve to be like more feminine and reserved in the first couple seasons while Adam's around. And then she only steps into like power in her more masculine sides and stuff when Adam is gone. So that way, like, it's something. It's clear that like being in charge is something that she can do at any time. It's just that she usually chooses not to do it because she prefers Adam to be in charge. I'm struggling. I need to start over. I need a reference. All right, everyone, we're going reference hunting. Where is my display capture? Turn on. All right, buddies. All right, fellas. It's time. By the way, for anyone who's curious, this is Chris's art from the Discord server. I misplaced my Adam wallpaper and I can't find it anymore. Like it went away for some reason, so I'm using this one instead. And look at it. Look at how nice it looks. They did such a good job. Don't Google anything traumatizing by accident. I'll do my best. I never mean to. The school email face is great. It's just that I always forget to check my school email. So I thought I would put something really eye-catching on there to make sure I remember. Okay, let's see. 2 kids playing. Hopefully, I can't imagine why this would bring up anything horrid. Because I wrote it that Adam and Eve were both children in the garden. Something like that works. Let me just make sure that there isn't anything in here that I like better. Maybe I could put in here, like, specifically, like, chaotically. This is the opposite of chaos. Facing each other. How about that? Oh, I'm gonna drawing reference. Surely they must have something in. Oh. Ew. No. I think we actually got a good one. First try. Adam still dies in BBFFB? Yeah. Yeah, he still dies. But do you really think I was gonna be able to keep Egg on Your Leg around for more than 2 seasons? I mean, I'm sure, like, if I talked to him, I probably could, but the problem is that I'm nervous. You know, I don't want to take up too much of his time. I need to break this down into smaller shapes because it's confusing me. Alright. Torso. Leg. Foot. I imagine the foot is something like that. Shoulders. Spoilers, AJ, you already know what happens! We all watched season 1 of Hazbin Hotel. We all did that. That's something that all of us did. Kinda looks funny. Funnily enough, I have Adam and Lilith born as babies and raised by the Seraphim in Eden, while Eve was born as an adult since she was pretty much cloned from a grown man's rib. Yeah, okay, I can see that. I can understand that. That's valid. That's valid. The way that I have it set up is that Adam and Eve were kids in the garden. Adam came first, and when Eve was like pulled out of his rib, she was like aged up so that they would be similar ages. Because, you know, I didn't want Adam to be 8 years older than her. Plant. You know what I might be able to do? I could do like kind of like how they do the cards, the official Hazbin cards. Give it like a nice pretty border. And they have like apples on the borders. I might not do the apple part though. No, line of action goes this way. Might need to move you up a little bit so that it's clear that your leg's going back. Ah. Your leg's going too far up. And then shrink the squish them, not shrink, squish the proportions a little bit so you look more like a baby. I don't want you to look, oh no, I don't want the child to be thick. No. I'm not gonna lie, but I like characters. I like dying at some point in the story, especially when it has a good impact on it. A story, I don't care. I don't know if I'm weird. It just feels more real to me. It makes me think of the characters more often if they're given a memorable death. Yeah, yeah. That I kind of feel like the same way. Um, I don't want every character I want to die. I just want to make sure that everybody's like if it would be better for the story for a character to die, then I will kill them. Is there any character that you think deserves more screen time? Charlie. She deserves a lot more active screen time. It seems like she's in like a lot of shots, but she doesn't have anything to actually do. And I don't like that other characters get more screen time than the main character. Like literally, if you break down the numbers, it's kind of pathetic. I actually really like Charlie. She's actually one of my favorite characters. I liked her better in the pilot when she actually got some room to breathe and be her own character. But I think because of the rushed pacing, she isn't really prioritized ever because we're so busy focusing on different characters and side plots to really give any attention to the main character and, you know, her mom being dead or her daddy issues being built up in any meaningful way. They don't really, like, give her daddy issues any weight or anything, because all they do is make it a joke. They just say, oh, she's got daddy issues a couple times, leading up to the daddy issues episode, which, you know, is kind of lame. They handled it a lot better in the plot, where even though they had less time to, like, make her a character and convey her issues, like, just the few minutes that she got where she was by herself and she was calling her mom who didn't pick up, like, that moment was absolutely gorgeous. It was extremely well done, and it made me care more about her in those few minutes than the entire series did in, like, how it eight episodes. Is it Freezer, or maybe it's just me? It's probably just you. Um. Oh, like the stream freezing? Oh, that might have just been me, like, stopping in order to talk. Is I have a hard time focusing on doing two things at once. Um, so, like, whenever I have, like, a lot to say, I will, put down my pen and just talk until, like, I've got, like, everything important out. If my character is, like, still, like, bouncing around, whenever I'm talking, like, it doesn't bounce around very much, but it should be, like, moving up and down, like, a little bit. Whenever I'm talking. If it's not doing that, then the stream might be frozen for you. Hot take, the way it's written, Angel Dust would be a better protagonist than Charlie. Honestly, kinda yeah, except that I don't care about him. I don't care. I don't care. Thank you, Rapid Wereweeb, for subscribing at tier 1. I appreciate it. Mufflin! Oh! Honestly, it does seem like like Angel Dust is written more as the protagonist, but at the same time, he's not written like super well or anything. Because it feels like, aside from the episode that was entirely focused on Angel, it seems like they kind of treat like his trauma and his job and everything that he's going through as more of like a backdrop than, you know, something that's actually happening like currently in the moment. It seems like they kind of forget about it, except for in dumb jokes here and there. Unless it's like part of the plot immediately, which is very, very strange. I'm curious, will you include Job in your AU? Job is the person who got everything taken away from him. Oh, I remember Job. Honestly, Job might be the most relatable man ever. Just, you're doing everything right, and then all of a sudden your life falls apart for no discernible reason. I would like to, but only if I have room for him. There's a lot of characters from the scriptures that I would love to include, absolutely, but we just don't have enough time for all of them, you know? Your posture is wrong. Will Solomon show up in Heck of a Boss? Probably not. I don't know enough about Solomon to decide one way or another how I feel about him. I know that, like, he was, like, really smart and he built, like, that cool temple, but at the same time, I feel like I've heard a lot of stories about him being a whore. Maybe this is a controversial take, but I don't like whores, like, real life ones. I think it's, like, a fun, like, thing to do with, like, a fictional character, but in real life, I think adultery and sleeping with more than one person is bad. I don't approve of it. I don't like it. Look at the baby. Look at the baby Adam. I kind of hate that the show just reduced Charlie to a girl with daddy issues that she barely has. Also, I feel like Octavia was in the right to be angry at Stolas. I agree. I think Octavia was in the right to be mad at Stolas, but I also, at the same time, I don't like the way that they handled it, because they write Octavia as if she is much younger than she is. Because Octavia is canonically 17 years old. She is almost an adult woman, but they write her more like she's 14, or like between like 11 and 14. Like, I remember when she found the antidepressants and she presented them and is like, "Are these my fault?" Like, girlie, you're 17. Grow up a little. You can't be this dumb. It legit makes me mad, because she really does have good reason to be mad at Stolas. I just feel like waiting for her to be mad at her, I feel like the reasons that were used in that episode to be mad at Stolas were kind of dumb. Because, like, Stolas threw his life away to save somebody from being falsely killed, like, for a crime they didn't commit. That is an objectively good thing to do, and I don't think it's right for anyone to be mad at him for doing that. It was a spur of the moment decision. He didn't have time to think through of all the consequences. Frankly, that whole episode was stupid anyway. But like, I don't like people that like say that Octavia's in the right to be mad at him for doing that, for throwing his life away for Blitz. I just disagree. But everything else leading up to it, before that moment, absolutely she deserves to be mad. So if I were to write that scene, I would want to rewrite it so that way she's like very clear. Like, I'm not mad that you saved some guy. I'm not mad about that. I'm mad that you've been neglecting me my whole life, and at every single twist and turn, you've consistently chosen your toink boyfriend over me. Be mad about that! Imagine Adam being shorter than Eve at first, then he grew up to be taller than Eve. That is legit that what happened. Eve was taller than him at first, and then he grew up and she stayed the exact same size. Because I remember being in middle school and one day having an awakening that I was never gonna be as tall as the adults around me ever. I hit 5 feet tall and then I never grew anymore. And she is sheltered, so I don't find it unbelievable that she'd act younger than she is. I mean, I guess, but I feel like that's doing a lot of work on the writer's part. If Octavia is really this sheltered, they should have put any ounce of work into actually, like, you know, showing us that. But they didn't. Why on earth would I ever assume that Octavia is sheltered if we haven't been shown anything to prove that she was? Hang on, I need to do this on a different layer before I ruin all of this. Thank you for gifting us sub. I appreciate it, Rapid. I'm sorry, I stumbled through that scripted response absolutely terribly. Ah, there's so much phlegm in my throat today. What is wrong with me? Octavia needs to be in a better show because she's the only character that actually has some sense. I feel like that's a stretch. My biggest problem with her is just how that monologue where she goes off on her dad is written. Because, you know, I think it is, like, accurate and normal to depict a teenager as feeling like their parents' depression is somehow their fault. Like, that definitely does happen. But they, like, objectively, the child knows that that's ridiculous. I feel like you have to be, like, unequivocally stupid to, like, not recognize that the thought that you are having about yourself doesn't make sense. So I feel like that's my biggest problem with her writing. It's not that her emotions don't make sense, it's the way that she expresses them and talks about them. To me, I think Octavia was mad at the fact that Stolas literally said, "I'd rather be dead than live life without you by my side." If I heard my dad say that, I'd be very upset. I agree too, but I think there was another. I still think they did it so terribly. Like, that, in isolation, that totally makes sense. But Octavia knows that her mother sucks. This is something she knows for a fact, that her mother sucks. Cause her mother, like, after, like, Stolas, like, lost everything, she and her uncle, like, just kept on, like, making fun of him the entire time in front of her. So she knows that her mother is a piece of work. That is something she objectively knows. If they had written it so that, like, in front of Octavia, Stella was like the picture perfect mother, that could have been like absolutely stunning. Like, that could have been a wonderful piece of writing, but they didn't. They didn't write it like that. If Octavia thought that her mother was a good person, or or like a good mother, and like loved Stella really a lot, if Octavia loved Stella and thought her mother was good, then I totally understand why she would be upset at her dad for leaving her mother and breaking up their family for somebody else. But she knows that her mother sucks. She knows that. It happened in front of her. And she's still mad at Stolas for leaving. It doesn't make any sense. Why is she written to have such selective memory, but in such an unintentional way? I don't actually see Stella manipulate Octavia, except kinda in Mastermind, but even then not really. Yeah, exactly. Shortening my previous comment, Helluva Boss is accidentally written from Blitzo and Stolas' point of view always, because they are Vivzi's wooby characters and they can do no wrong. Yeah. Except for... Yeah, they can do no wrong except for Blitz, but he can only do wrong on a superficial level. You know, part of me wonders if Stolas for her is a bit of a self-insert, or like if Blitz and Stolas together are supposed to be her self-insert characters, where they can do no wrong because like she kind of like acts like them. I mean, probably not. I mean, that might be too cruel of me to assume. But man, the way that they're written is just so terrible. Like, how could you, like, not assume that maybe the author had, like, some kind of agenda? Oh my gosh, why can't I draw, like, a not shaky line today? Look at this line. Look at it. Look at how shaky it is. That is worse. What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Why is it wrong? Oh, which writing is worse, Has-Beens or Helluva Boss? Right now, Helluva Boss, like, takes the cake. Like, there's not even any competition right now. But I would not be surprised if Has-Been Hotel's writing gets worse over time. I wish they wrote Stella better. I want to see Stella, how she felt, how Stella felt about Stolas cheating on her. Yeah, she didn't like him back still. It gotta hurt. Yeah, and that's what I think. Like, it feels like her only motivation for hating Stolas isn't it. I feel like the only thing that she feels about him cheating on her was that it hurt her pride. But that's so lame. People like that really do exist, where the only part of cheating that hurts them is their pride. But it's just the most boring route you could ever take for a story. Why would you ever not want to write a story with, like, some real nuance? Leaf. Oh, hang on. I should put an alpha lock on the frame so that way I don't accidentally draw on it. You ever think Lucifer's gonna take accountability for allowing sin to enter the world? No. No, not no. because you know what it seems to me? Like Blitzo X Stolas is just Adam X Lucifer but worse, which means that Adam is going to get all of the blame for everything bad that he's ever done, and because Lucifer is the cute little bottom, even in his straight relationships, he's never gonna get any pushback at all. Cause he's just so womanified and cutesy. A bottom can never be evil. I don't think Viv knows what nuance is. No, I don't think she, like, I genuinely do not think that Vivziepop has a real moral compass and understands what is and is not okay. I feel like she doesn't get it. And so when she's making her show, she has this messed up moral code that she puts into it. And normal people will react to that and be like, hey, this is weird and wrong and I don't like this. This feels evil. And then she's just so confused as to why everybody thinks she's a bad person. Maybe it's because you kind of write like a bad person would. I feel like most people don't write stories where they defend cheating. I feel like that's, like, kind of not normal. Big leaf. That's the solution. What do you think of Beelzebub? I'm curious about it now. Beelzebub. I think she's lame. There's just not, like, a lot to her that makes her interesting. She's just, like, kind of a generic party girl and that's it. I feel like she doesn't embody the sin of lust, like, not lust, the sin of gluttony, even remotely. She believes in moderation, like, actually, this is a real thing. So, when Blitz was, like, having his breakdown and drinking too much, she went up to Luna to tell her, hey, your dad's taking it a little far. It's not good. Like, he's going too excessive and having a bad vibe. Lady, what are you talking about? The sin of gluttony. You should be, like, encouraging that kind of behavior. That's what you do. You're a sin. You're supposed to promote excess to the point where it's literally harmful. So frankly, I'm sick of all of the main characters. Instead of having character arcs, they have some other, like, side character just tell them that what they're doing is wrong, and then they just listen to them. It's so lame. You know what would have been a lot more interesting? If Beelzebub was, like, cheering Blitz on, and then we have, like, Luna, like, who's fine with it at first, but then she starts to realize, hey, this isn't fun anymore, this is becoming sad and dangerous, and she decides, because she loves her dad, like, deep down, even though she doesn't usually express it, she takes him out of the party before he can hurt himself, or hurt someone else. That way, instead of a character being passively told what to do, they choose what to do. The sins being subversives doesn't make sense for their titles. I accept if they all at least judged sinners for this sinful behavior. I get that. I feel like the subversion thing is overplayed and overdone. Like, all of content, all of mainstream media for the past, like, decade now, all it seeks to do is subvert the audience expectations at every single turn, to the point where even to the detriment of the story, they try to subvert your expectations to the point it's become such a staple of today's content and entertainment that it's overplayed and it's predictable and it's boring. Oh, who would have guessed the sin of gluttony is actually kind of a decent chick? Wow, how subversive you are. Wow, I never would have been able to predict that. Wow, it's not like you didn't already do... You did the same thing with Osmodius. So subversive, so brave, so different and nuanced and cool. Aren't you just the greatest writer? Wow. Wow. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Can we have evil people just be evil again? Can we have demons just be evil again? Anyway, I have ideas for Beelzebub. I have some very tasty ideas for Beelzebub. She's gonna eat babies. I mean, all cannibals come from gluttony. That's their sin. If you eat a person, you're gluttonous. So, I don't see any reason why Beelzebub would not eat babies. Girl boss behavior, honestly. I mean, they're already dead. If the baby is already dead, what's the sin in just eating them? From what I've gathered, it wasn't that B thought Blitz was going too far, but he was overindulging for the wrong reasons. That's still stupid! She wants him to sin! She should! She likes it when people are genuinely enjoying themselves, when they drink alcohol, eat junk food, etc., not when they do it to avoid their problems. I get that. I really do get that. But if you're overindulging just for, like, harmless fun, it's not a sin! If your overindulgence isn't hurting you or hurting the people around you, then it's not a sin. That's just having fun. There's no way to overindulge in a completely good way. Sure there is. Christmas. Feasts. A feast is overindulgence, but if you do it in a responsible way, it's not a sin. Like if you're like preparing for Christmas for a Christmas feast all year round, well maybe not even all year round, but if you prepare for it in advance and then you just have fun, great. But if the way that you're overindulging is hurting you or hurting the people around you, it's bad. Then it becomes gluttonous. So like if you take out a bunch of credit cards and then you overindulge in spending with money that isn't yours, and then you put yourself in a bad financial decision because you were stupid with other people's money, that would be gluttonous. Yeah, but even then there's still moderation to that. I guess so. I guess you're right. Okay, all covered there. Now, how the heck do I cover your titties? Children don't have boobs. Do I still need to cover them? Hear ye, hear thee, hello there, dear traveler, I got a side quest for you. You shall go out and find a grater made by find a video made by a small creator, then you shall comment on the video and leave a comment about something you genuinely liked about the video. Make sure this comment is detailed enough so that the creator knows you genuinely thought and cared about it. For this, you shall receive a sum of 2 kindness, 5 XP points, and a new creator to watch. That's a good quest. I will do that. Not on stream though. I will do it later. More leaf then. If the titties must be covered. Well, if the non-existent titties must still be countered, leaf. You don't know any better. It's just some cute, silly little kids running around in a garden. I love my baby. I love kids, Charlie. I love kids. Please don't clip that. Please don't make me look bad, please. I promise I'm normal. I forgot to ask, what are you drawing? I'm drawing Adam and Eve chasing each other around in the garden. It's going to be on the cover of a notebook when I'm done with it. I want to do an animatic of Canon or AAWM Adam singing Here in the Garden from Steven Universe. I wanted to do that. I wanted to do it, but I didn't have any time, so I didn't. I feel like we should probably have like a different type of plant covering Adam here. I think it's called Drift Away. It is called Drift Away. It used to be on my playlist for a while. I want to make sure that the plant placement like looks natural. It doesn't look like it's like placed there by the artist to keep them modest. I want it to look like it was already naturally there, you know? Do like a fern? How the heck do you draw a fern? Hang on, I'm gonna get a reference real quick. You guys can come with me. Let's go find a fern. Fern. Oh, my body. I snapped my freaking shoulder. Was an arrangement was made always supposed to be said by always was AAWM always supposed to be said by saying the letters separately, because I've always been calling it am. I always say it with the letters separate. I think calling it am also works. Or How would you pronounce that? Born. Come with me. Guess who's back? Back again. Bam, bam, bam. Ah! It's too big! I think what we could do... I think what we could... I need to make Jesus banner. Am I on the right layer? Okay, good. So I think ferns have like that thing up there. I should have gotten a reference of the open leaf one. Let me get a reference of the open leaf. Where did my music go? Why is nothing playing? Hey! I was supposed to have a big old list. Boo! Boo! Is it lazy for me to trace? Yes. Am I gonna do it anyway? Also, yes. It's easier, it's faster. It's a victimless crime. It's a victimless crime. It's a victimless crime. Perhaps good to see you. Oh my goodness. Erase! Thank you. Wow, we got 11 people today. That's pretty good. That's pretty nifty. It's pretty nifty. It's pretty nifty. It's pretty nifty. It's pretty nifty. It sounded like I was gonna say something bad for a minute there. Could y'all imagine? Could y'all imagine if I just randomly dropped a slur unprompted for no reason? How terrible would that be? What are we doing? I'm making a notebook cover of Adam and Eve playing around in the garden. You'll be my intrusive thoughts. Didn't you do that one time? No, I did not. I don't think I dropped a slur on stream unprompted for no reason. Did I? Did I do that? Oh wait, I'm thinking of that time you used the slur, the B slur as an example. Oh, beaner! Oh! Well, I'm allowed to say that one. I'm Hispanic. I am the target of that slur. I think it's okay so long as I'm of the group that slur is targeting. don't know if there's a single person that would get offended by by the word beaner. Like, it's just such a it does I don't think I would ever be mad if somebody were even to try to call me that, like, purposely to hurt my feelings. AJ, please don't get canceled before BBFB comes out. I'll do my best. I feel like I'm too small of a creator to get canceled unless I do something heinous. Like, actually worth being canceled over, instead of, like, those idiotic people that tried to cancel Queso because he doesn't like Kendrick Lamar. You don't like Kendrick Lamar! You must be sympathizing with Drake. Fellas, he just doesn't like rap music, it's fine. Not everybody likes rap music. I don't like rap music. A lot of people don't like rap music. Imagine if I got called racist for saying I don't like rap music. Can you draw correctly, please? Thank you. No, be clean. Be a clean line, please. Not gonna lie, I didn't like rap for a while until like a year ago when the beef between Kendrick and Drake started. Yeah, understandable. I feel like the only rap music I've ever liked was in Hamilton. But even still, like, even then, rap music is still just, like, not my favorite. Oh, I did like, the rap songs that were made by I think they're called JT Machina? JT Music? Like, they made, like, some rap songs, like, fan rap songs of Undertale and Cuphead. I remember really liking their Cuphead one. They still do it, I just haven't enjoyed any of the ones they've made recently. I think they're very talented, though. No, I don't like this. This doesn't look like my style. Oh no, I feel so bad. My grandma's calling. Grandma, no. I can't talk to you right now. I'm sorry. I just hung up on my grandma and I feel bad. Hang on, I need to send her a text really quick because that'll eat me up inside. Grandma, no. I'm sorry. Grandma! I'm sorry. I've heard people call a Jewish man a Nazi, so I don't think people care whether or not you're of the oppressed group. I think people that call other people Nazis, unironically, are the stupidest troglodytes to ever live. And you know what's funny? Is that most of the people that are calling people Nazis, like, they're from the left, and right now, a very prevalent sentiment on the left right now is that Israel sucks and anti-Semitism is growing there faster than anywhere else. It's the most... It's incredible irony. I don't think they know what that word means. Is it just me, or does the word muggle in Harry Potter sound like a slur? That's because it is a slur. It's a slur within that book. That's how it's used, as a slur. Oh my goodness, it's 4:45 already. Ugh. Hang on, I have an idea. I just need to make sure that I get, like, the fanning out of it correctly. I know words. I totally know words. Okay. And I'll use that as a guideline. Also, why are people hating on Gal Gadot? I don't know anything about her other than she's Israeli, but that's it. I don't know if she did anything wrong, but people have been crapping on her. Well, the thing is that Gal Gadot is not a very good actress. She just isn't. She always delivers her lines in kind of a strange way. And her facial expressions, her face, like, her face is so ungodly beautiful that anytime she tries to make any expression at all, it looks strange because it looks like over the top. Like, it doesn't look natural, which is unfortunate. But the thing is, like, Rachel Zegler was right there, and Gal Gadot, even though she's not a very good actress, she hasn't done anything wrong except be Israeli. But, you know, anti-Semitism it's becoming, like, such a big problem that because she's Israeli and doesn't, like, denounce Israel and say how much she hates Israel all the time or anything, people hate her because they hate Israel and they hate Jews. And you know what? It sounds like we're gearing up for a destruction time, because anytime anything bad in the world is about to happen, like anything seriously bad, anti-Semitism always goes way up. Like, before the Black Plague happened, there was a huge rise in anti-Semitism, and then when the plague itself broke out, like, they were burning Jewish people alive because Jewish people weren't catching it as much because they had better hygiene practices than regular Europeans. Before Germany, like, got destroyed, and also in World War I and in World War II, both of them, I'm pretty sure, anti-Semitism got really bad. And what do you know? We're gearing up for World War III. For World War III. Why can't I say war? We're gearing up for World War III, and of course anti-Semitism would get way worse because we're all about to die. So that's fun. I will say what Israel is doing to Palestine is grotesque and horrible, but that's not an excuse to be anti-Semitic. I feel the same way. I feel like I'm not educated enough on relations between Palestine and Israel to really make a decision, but I do know that ever since biblical times, everyone around Israel has always been at war. Like, the war in the Middle East will never end ever. It always just goes into remission for a limited time, and then it always starts back up eventually. It's just what happens. And it's been happening since the beginning of human history, and it will continue until Jesus comes again. There's just too many people packed too closely together that have too many ties, like, both religious and political, to the land of Israel, that there's always going to be something to fight about there, and it will never end. Like, it was a miracle that the fighting there stopped even remotely for any period of time. And I'm frankly, I am really hoping that the US government stays out of it, because you just can't fix that. It will never be fixed. There's just no way. It's a lost cause. So I am really hoping that we don't waste any of the lives of our soldiers or any of our money on it. The media keeps ignoring what's going on with Hamas, which, sorry if I'm not aware of anything, but aren't they at the forefront of this conflict? I don't know. I'm pretty sure both sides are evil. Like I've heard like some things that Israel has done that's like truly awful, but Hamas isn't much better. They're not like peaceful victims or anything. They've been pretty darn terrible themselves. Like, whether or not they have good cause to be rebelling, the fact is that the way that they go about it is very close to terrorism. Like, at best. Anyway. My feeling is that it's none of our business. It is none of my business. I want nothing to do with it. I want us to stay out of it. And it really sucks for all of the innocent people there that are suffering, but there's just nothing that can be done. Flee your homes or die. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough to... I don't know what to do. Like, what is there to do except, like, give up on the land and leave? There's nothing there for you. And whatever is there for you isn't worth the cost. I'm pretty sure God would prefer you to be alive than in the Holy Land. Who would win, one silverback gorilla or 100 average men? All the men are the exact same clone of an average Joe, with both parties fully dedicated to the cause and can't feel fear. Oh, it's 100 men for certain. That would be like asking if who would win, a big old beetle or 100 ants. The ants are gonna win. They just have the numbers. Is even though the gorilla is a giant tank, if you get swarmed from all sides, there's only so much you can do. I feel like people who are outside the conflict have no actual right to condemn either side because they don't know anything outside what the media tells them. Exactly. That is exactly how I feel, and why I don't feel comfortable taking either side. I don't know anything except for what the government has what the media and governments from around the world have propagandized me to believe. And that's also why I think that people from Europe should stay out of American politics and stop giving their opinions on it, because they only know what our media has propagandized them to believe. Like, I remember in the server, one time when we were talking about politics, somebody said Kamala Harris is a boss ass bitch. Oh, that's true. Like, I don't care what side you are on, Kamala Harris is without a doubt the worst liberal candidate that there has ever been. Like, she was in charge of the border. She was the border czar for several years. And on her watch, 300,000 children went missing. She didn't win a single state in the primaries, so she shouldn't have even been in the running in the first place. And then after the presidential election, when she lost in the biggest landslide there's ever been in like many presidencies. She went on to go and lose at being the governor of her own state. There is not a single person in the US, except for the most brain-rotted political sheep that there have ever been, that actually like Kamala Harris. The only reason why Kamala Harris got any votes at all is because she wasn't Trump. And I don't even like Trump. And I'm well, not that much of a liberal. I've become a lot more moderate because the Liberal Party has been so insane recently. They tried to put their biggest political competition in prison instead of getting a better political candidate to run for them. That's not the American way. I can't believe that some teenager from Spain came to tell me, an American, that Kamala Harris was who I should have voted for, and that she was a good candidate. She just, in every sense of the word, was not. She's also like a huge liar, and not a very good one. Like, she kept on changing her opinion on the war in Hamas and Israel, the war between there. She kept on changing her opinion between each state that she went to. Like, in some states she was on the side of Hamas, in other states she was on the side of Israel, in other states she said that she wanted nothing to do with it. She said whatever she needed to say to appear as the best possible candidate for whatever state she was in, and she expected nobody to like notice, as if we don't have the internet. She also said very famously, like in the presidential debate, that there were no American soldiers stationed in other countries, and then the camera panned to American soldiers in a different country. She's such a horrible liar, and you know all politicians are liars. I expect this from them, but I would hope that if we're gonna be a liar, at least be decent. Oh my goodness gracious. She would also change accents depending on which state she was in. Everything about her was a lie. I can't believe she went as far as to change her accent. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Accents? Yeah, if you look up Kamala Harris like accent or something, you will find compilations of her in different states from different like times, like with completely different accents. Like, yeah, sometimes she would like talk normal, and other times she would put on like a super duper country accent, or she would put on the most stereotypical black accent ever. Oh, it was horrible. It was so embarrassing. She also wouldn't talk to anyone. Like, her, because she didn't win a single state in the primaries and nobody liked her, her only like shot at becoming president was by everybody else hating Trump and then them not knowing anything about her. So what she would do is that she just wouldn't go talk to anyone, like she wouldn't do interviews with people. She would, unless they were like heavily curated with the most softball questions ever. Um And then on the other hand, you have Trump, who would go and interview with literally anybody willing to talk to him. Anyway, so as much as I dislike Trump, I dislike Kamala way more. Like, I feel like Hamilton. Like, Jefferson has beliefs. Aaron Burr has none. That's how I feel. Like, at least with Trump, I know what I'm getting. You know? I didn't vote for him. I voted for RFK. The biggest problem she had was that she didn't have anything about her that was genuine. She was literally a talking head fed dialogue from her staff. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, she also proved herself to be incompetent not just with the border, where 300,000 children went missing and might never be found ever again, except for in a hole in a shallow grave by the side of the road. Not only was she incompetent with that, but like she wasn't even a good vice president. Like, and she always had like this excuse. Anytime somebody asked her, well, why haven't you done anything about it yet? She would always say, well, I'm just the vice president. I can't do anything. And in my opinion, if you cannot do anything, like with the power you already have, why the heck do you think I would think you would be responsible with more? I mean, that's a lesson that you like learn in the scriptures from the parable of the talents, where this owner of a vineyard gave his employees each a talent, one talent, or not one talent. They each got a different amount of talents. And a talent is it was a form of currency. So each of them was given one of them was given 5. I think one of them was given 10, one of them was given 5, and one of them was given 1. So the guy with 5 talents, he like went and did some investing, and when the leader of the vineyard came back, he had 50 talents to give back to him. The guy with 5 did something else, which didn't make as much money, but when the guy came back, he did have some more money to give him. But the guy with 1 talent was so worried about losing it that he buried it in the ground and didn't do anything with it. And that's kind of how like power works. If you can't do something, that's also how money works. Power and money. If you can't make a good movie with a small budget, you can't make a good movie with a big budget. Thank you, Momo-san, for subscribing. I appreciate it. If you can't make a good movie on a small budget, you can't make a good movie on a big budget. If you can't do good as vice president, you can't do good as full-on president. Like, would it kill you to just try? Biden was senile. He probably needed somebody to be, like, doing the work for him. And where was his vice president when he was too senile to do literally anything? He couldn't even walk into his own White House by himself even with directions. Let's be honest with ourselves. Who was in charge, really, when Biden was president? The senile old man who should have been in a nursing home. And I feel bad about saying that, but I've worked with people that have dementia, and they look like that. The country's president is so butthurt about America taking money that they borrowed to us when our government has barely used that money to our country's benefit. Yeah. Honestly, I feel so bad for frankly all Africans. I don't know enough about the individual politics to point out any one country in particular, but I do know that the reason why Africa is struggling so much, it's not because of where they live or because of racism. It's because your guys' government is so corrupt that no matter how much money we were to give you, it wouldn't matter, because it would all go back to the state. All of it. Honestly, the fact that people that make terrible decisions rule the world and could get us all killed by being bad at stuff scares me. It is terrifying. I can't believe we live in a world where Donald Trump was nearly shot and killed because our freaking Secret Service couldn't be bothered to do their jobs. I hope to God it was just incompetence that got us here, because the other option, if it wasn't incompetence that got us here, it means that there is a plot somewhere that that means if the Secret Service was not incompetent in that situation, which would also be bad, it means that our government is actively trying to kill its political competition, which is even worse. Like, I don't care who you are, or what you believe, or how much you hate Donald Trump, killing people you disagree with is bad. And I don't think it should be done. A hot take, I guess. Look no further than current leader of WEF, who said that water should never be free. Oh my goodness gracious. You know it's illegal in some places to collect rainwater? I can't believe that's real. I thought it was fake, it's not. At least from what I've researched. I could still be wrong, I suppose. Speaking of which, the amount of misinformation is insane. Like, I remember I saw on TikTok like not that long ago this video going around that said that Donald Trump made it legal to hit children in school. Like, he brought back corporal punishment, and there were idiots that actually believed that when that is not what happened. Like, it wasn't even a small amount of people, but it was a concerning amount. It was hundreds of thousands of people that actually believed such blatant misinformation. The most blatant misinformation that's ever been. That would never happen. I mean, there is the unfortunate fact that corporal punishment is still legal in some states, but Donald Trump didn't make it legal to hit children across the board. What actually happened is he made an executive order that like was tackling discrimination like rules in discrimination laws, like laws that were based on race and stuff, which could potentially lead to black children being hit more frequently. So it could have the unintended consequence of more corporal punishment, but it is not directly an endorsement of that. Know how much I like the idea of him like tackling discrimination laws, because that, like, I feel like identity politics is wrong, right? Like, I feel like I feel like it's bad to like make laws that specifically point out like, hey, black people. I feel like that's inherently racist for anything to be based on race or gender. I feel like all laws should be race and gender neutral. Um, However, I feel like getting rid of rules that are supposed to prevent racial discrimination, unless the law itself is like worded poorly in a way that like makes it racist against other people, not great. I don't know the specifics, so I can't really fully make up my opinion uh about that. I don't feel like researching it. I am glad that they're doing something to get rid of critical race theory, because critical race theory is so flawed and so racist, it's actually insane. Like, I remember, like, hearing a passage, that was from, like, a critical race theory book, that pretty much said, all white people are racist, they can't help it. If you're white, you have to prove that you're not racist. I mean, that's not exactly what they said. They said it in flowery language that makes it harder to understand. But that's basically what it was. It was teaching people that anyone colored is being discriminated against by anyone white, that all white people are to blame for the problems of all black people. And I feel like that's bad. I feel like blaming an entire race, culture, ethnicity, or gender for your problems is racist and bigoted by default. I'd say everyone's racist by default just because of society. I disagree. I mean, I think there are some people that might be a little bit, but I feel like society not so much. I guess it would be different in Africa. Africa is very racist. My uncle actually went on his mission to Africa, and they were so racist to each other, like black on black racism against like different tribes and stuff. Like it was so bad that his companions, he had two companions that were both from Africa, that were from different tribes, and they hated each other uh because of their race. They hated each other so much that one time they got in a fight that had a knife involved and a broken chair. They nearly killed each other. Anyway, after my uncle's mission was over, they stopped sending missionaries to that part of Africa entirely because a race war, like legit, broke out. Like a real race war, civil war. People were guns and machine guns and death broke out, so they couldn't keep sending people there to preach. I've been on this for such a long time. My goodness. This dumb old fern, it's taking too long. I feel like that same like sentiment that everyone's racist is not true of America. I'm sure there are some places where it is true, where people are really racist. But generally, America's not that racist, and we try very hard actively to not be racist. I mean, we're a nation of immigrants. Doesn't make much sense to be racist in a nation of immigrants. And here I was expecting goofy BBFFB stuff in this stream. I'm sorry. How did we get on this subject in the first place? I forget. I'm sorry. I apologize. I wasn't even thinking about politics today. I don't know, my brain hurts because I've been writing for so long. Let's see. Okay, let me try and work backwards to figure out how the heck we got here. So we were talking about the Israeli war. What prompted that? Why did I start talking about that? Does anyone know? I'd say it's less about racism being the default and more like it was taught to us at an early age. I guess, yeah, that's why I think it's more to where you live. But okay, so how humans work. Babies are racist. I know that sounds funny, but let me explain. So, babies when they're born, they prefer their mother over literally everyone else. And beyond that, they prefer their family above literally everyone else. And usually most families are like look similar, right? Either usually the same skin color. So a baby will get racist towards other people like unintentionally. Like not in like a hateful, evil way, but just like, you know, they want to be with people that look like them. So so, so if your baby is racist, if your baby is racist and you let those racist beliefs like stay, your baby's gonna get more racist. Like genuinely racist beliefs can like sprout out from that beginning if you let them take hold. At least racist in the new age sense. Racism used to have a different definition when I was a kid. When I was a kid, racism was you think that other races are inferior because of their physical characteristics. Like you think their brains are smaller. That's what racism used to be. But the definition has expanded quite a bit since I was a kid. You know, when I was a kid, microaggressions weren't a thing when I was a kid. That was a word invented by the media because race relations were too good. And when race relations are good, that means there's less content because people aren't angry. The media thrives off of people being angry, so they fear monger all the time and they anger monger all the time. That's what makes them money. So if racial relations are like generally good, the media, since race relations were good when I was a kid, they invented the word microaggressions to make people angry again. I don't know why, but I keep imagining a scene in BBFFB during the trial when Charlie asks, "What does a person do to get to heaven?" Adam responds, "Depends on who wrote the Bible at that time." Then the camera turns to see King. That's really funny. That is a great joke. I wish that was actually in Hazbin Hotel. Unfortunately, it wouldn't fit in BBFFB because the themes are very different in BBFFB. Like things literally, like the morality of heaven in BBFFB, it literally is black and white, and morality isn't determined just by like the rules stated in the Bible because like people have corrupted the Bible over time to say things that it doesn't actually say. Oh boy. Oh, I wanted. Oh, it's not gonna work. I have to do it manually. Add that Bible joke to the arrangement was made. Okay, I will. Anyway, sorry everyone for making things so dark. This stream. I swear I didn't mean to. There's gotta be an easier way to do this. There has to be. I can't keep. I can't. Oh, it was my fault for bringing up Gal Gadot. Oh, that's what we were talking about. Anyway, point is, people are being racist to Gal Gadot, even though Rachel Zegler is right there and also a worse actress. Got done fueling up. Good luck with the art. Try not to go insane. I'll do my best. Thanks, boss. Do you have any tips for starting commissions? No. I'm teasing. Um, Starting commissions. So the way that I started my commissions was I set up a page on Ko-fi. And then I didn't get any sales for a very, very long time. Um, because of AI art and stuff, in order to succeed as an artist that gets commissions, you have to be better than the AI, and you have to provide something. Oh, hang on, what's this? Thank you, Mercer, for the 1,000 bits. Anyway, so since AI is so prevalent and AI art is free, and the average consumer like usually doesn't care that much about AI, at least as far as I know, I would imagine the average consumer wouldn't care about AI. But since AI is such a big deal now, um, you have to be better than the AI. Like, not just in terms of art stuff, but like also in terms of the value that you as a person add. Like, you can't just like pop out of nowhere as a new artist, even if you're like really good at what you do and expect to get commissions. That's just not what happens. Um, in order to like get commissions and get them regularly, like there's an element of you, like you are the artist, you drew this. That's the special part of the commission, is that it's your art. Oh, what's this? Thank you, Rapid Wereweeb, for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. We have a hype train. It's so cool. So I didn't start getting commissions until I was a bigger artist and I had a larger following. And then people wanted to commission me. And I imagine like part of it is not just because I'm a good artist, but also because they were fans, and fans want to give you money and they want to own your art. So my advice to you would be start a YouTube channel. Like I feel like maybe I'm glazing here, but I feel like YouTube is the absolute best place like to really develop a following. Um, because like people on YouTube are a little bit more active in the content that they watch, that they choose to watch, because it's more of a commitment to actually watch it, as opposed to TikTok and Instagram where you can just scroll mindlessly, and if you don't like the video you watched, you waste only like a couple seconds of your life. Versus on YouTube, like you have to be a little bit more picky about what you choose to watch because you don't want to get stuck. Nobody wants to watch something for an hour that they don't enjoy, or for 20 minutes that they don't enjoy. So your fan base on YouTube is going to be more tailored to people that actually like you and like your content. And also, on YouTube, you can form more of a parasocial relationship with your with your audience, which you can't do quite as much on TikTok or Twitter, because on TikTok or Twitter, you post an image and that's kind of just it. They look at it for a few seconds and then they're gone. You can still definitely build an audience that way and get commissions that way, but people aren't going to be as invested in you, which means you probably won't get as many commissions unless you're really good at art. Or more specifically, more likely, really good at gooner art. Because that's what the people want. Twitch could also be a good place to form parasocial relationships with people that want to give you money, but discoverability on Twitch is really bad. Like, it kind of ridiculously bad. Price to look innocent. Do you have to pay Ko-fi for an account? No, you do not. And they say that they don't take any part of your commissions. That's not true. Like, they say that 100% of your commissions belong to you. I don't believe that. They have to be making money somehow. And there is a way, like, they do have features that you can pay to use, that make it, like, better. I don't really know what they are. They aren't important to me. I would imagine what's actually going on in the way that they actually make money is through PayPal, because you can't like direct deposit money through Ko-fi. You have to use PayPal or something like that in order to get the money. So um, I would imagine that the way that they're actually making money. Thank you, Rapid Wereweeb, for the sub. I would imagine that the way that they're actually making money is through the fee that PayPal takes whenever you receive money. I didn't realize for a while that PayPal took a cut of the money, so my finances were a little bit incorrect for a while because I wasn't factoring in the convenience expense. I've started doing that now, and I will make sure to include that in at the end of the month next time I do business finances. So that way I can make sure that I'm not losing money. I just remember the talk about politics was distracting me from my Jesus fan art. Wow. That feels like a spiritual message right there. There we go. We have a fern now. Finally, that took forever. We are not drawing a second one of these, even though I would like a second one of these. I don't remember it taking this long to draw a fern whenever I was drawing the guy, what is it? The Bracken, uh, from Lethal Company. I don't remember it taking this long. Although I think I did it a little bit sloppier, like the liner for that one. Because I lit that piece so dark, it meant that I was allowed to like be a little bit sloppier with the line art, especially on the leaves, like where it's really detailed, so that way I didn't have to draw quite as much. That's also why so many movies these days are lit so dark. It's to hide imperfections in the CGI, because you can't see details quite as well in CGI. I need to put a fern over here too, because it looks really unbalanced. I should go back to my FNAF roots once Secret of the Mimic comes out. You know what? I should too. I have missed Five Nights at Freddy's. I really do enjoy Five Nights at Freddy's. I hope that game is good. And if it's decently priced enough and I have the money at the time, I might just buy it and play it on stream. It would be nice to play a game for myself for once instead of like playing a game blind for once instead of seeing somebody else play it first. I haven't done that since Cult of the Lamb. Usually I watch the gaming videos first, and then if the game looks like a lot of fun or if I really enjoy the story, I'll buy the game. But that usually doesn't happen until years after the game has already been out for a while. Ugh, we got a level 2 hype train. I've never seen that happen before, I don't think. Goodness, I'm sweaty. Something else I would like to do eventually when I have time is I would really like to redo my sister location video, because I think the designs that I made in that video were actually really good, and I would like to redraw them again. And I would like to give my thoughts on sister location again, but better this time instead of with a horrible mic. Um, and I would like to make merch of my design so that I can make more money, so I can pay my voice actors more money. If I were to redo that video, I think I would probably I feel like it would probably have like the same vibe that my Minecraft video is gonna have, where I would like rewrite everything in like just a general outline sense. I feel like I should draw my human characters now. I've been avoiding them. I'll probably put something up here after I'm done drawing Adam and Eve. Timeline is now a time tree. It has way too many branches that count as their own timelines. Yeah, I feel like the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's has kind of gotten to be a little too much. References of these two doodads. I know I have them somewhere. Hang on. Let me see if I can find them. I don't even know where I would look. I know they're on my Patreon somewhere. I can't take you guys with me to my Patreon. That's paid for content. You're not allowed to see that. Oh, but if they would be so far down. You know what? I bet Ducky has it. Ducky has all of the art and every picture I've ever sent her, ever. She has literally everything. Like, even stuff from, like, years ago that I've long forgotten, she still has it. I'll ask her for them. Twitter! I think I put it on my Twitter! Hang on, let me check there. Because I don't post on Twitter very often, I should be able to scroll through it fast enough to find it. And if it's not there, I know for a fact that it is on my Instagram that I update extremely rarely. Where is it? No! 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 Did I not post it here? Oh no! I really thought I did. Oh well, that's okay. It's on Instagram for sure. Instagram. I know I have it. Where is it? There it is! I mean, they're kind of terrible sketches. Wait. Hang on. Wait, hang on. Wait, hang on. I know where they are. I remember. Where? Where did I put it? I reorganized everything. I don't know where I put everything. Oh, no. Oh, there it is. Okay. There's child number 1. Is child number 2 in here? No. 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 Oh my god. Oh, my art is old. Oh, ew. Child number 2, there you are. I knew keeping this around was a good idea. Even though I'll never finish it, ever. Why are you up front? You are not supposed to be up front. And neither are you. I need this one in the front. Where? What's happening? What is my life? Who am I? Okay. Baby Adam. And it sounds like my music's done. Let's listen to another one. Alright. Alright, baby number 2. Where are you? Screenshots. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now we have the references of our 2 babies. Oh no, my cursor got stuck in this screenshot. Oh great, that's gonna bother me forever. Let's put these under there. Real ones know when Theseus is a clownfish? What could you possibly be referring to? Okay. Let's see, your head is like very like roundish. It's round and soft looking. No. There we go. That doesn't look like you. Am I on the right layer? Okay, good. BBFFB Adam gives off cool uncle vibes. In what way? You know what? I need to make these even lighter. That way, I'm not depending on them quite as. You know what? We're going circle first because I'm struggling today. Circle! Nope, this is not helping. I'm turning it off. I'm going jawline first. I don't know, I guess his face and head hair give off that vibe. Okay, I guess I can understand that. All of my uncles are old and don't look like that. I don't have a single blonde uncle. The only blonde person in my family is my mother. At least as far as I know. I might be misremembering, like, the faces of, some of my aunts and uncles from her side of the family. Because we just don't talk that much. I know my dad's side much better than my mom's side. I saw a show where a guy went back in time and tried to kill his younger self to stop him from becoming who he is, only for his younger self to realize that he can't avoid becoming the person he is, so the best he can do is try to become a better version of the person he'll eventually become. Okay. What show is that? I feel like I've heard of something like that before. Head must be bigger. Head must be more squished. That looks too much like an adult's head. I need you to become round and babyish. I feel like I made it worse. Don't worry, I can speak blonde. My mom is also blonde. I wonder what the chances of me ever having a blonde baby are. My brother was blonde when he was born, and then we cut his hair one time, and then he stopped being blonde. Round and babyish, just kill a baby and put its soul in your art. You know what? So many other people have done that. It must be a good idea. I don't know. Why did I get rid of my guideline? I need that. Okay. Your eyes should be lower because you're a baby. Children have lower set eyes than adults. Your mouth should be like around there. Ew. Ew. AJ, do you know what Cookie Run Kingdom is? I do, and I actually think, like, I really like all of the character designs, but the gameplay is so boring. Like, it legit has a mechanic that plays the game for you because they know it's boring. Draw the eye! Draw it! Okay, we'll start with the nose then. If I can figure out what a black person's nose looks like from this angle. For real, I don't like the gameplay, I like the lore and the characters. The lore wasn't interesting to me. Like, I didn't get very far, but like the lore of it like felt like a Pokemon game. Like, I mean that in a bad way, where it's like simplistic and childish and kind of lame. I got bored really fast. Oh, that looks terrible. That looks like a white person's nose, but we're just gonna leave it there for a minute while I figure out what the rest of her face looks like. I mean, most people in the Cookie Run Kingdom family fandom are children. I know, and that makes sense. It makes sense that they're kids. It's a children's game. So why are you asking me about it? I'm 20 years old. I'm too old for this. I swear, y'all, I aged. You're a fan of it? Well, Rapid, you're mentally ill. Like, extremely. I've seen your bedroom. I don't think you're a normal measure of what kind of fandoms an adult should be in. Anyway, it's a shame that I don't enjoy the game or its writing because the characters are very cute. Strawberry Cookie was my favorite one. I guess I'd still be willing to make a video about it, just like for the content. AJ, what are you doing? Still streaming? I thought your stream ended. It didn't. Did it crash? No, it couldn't have crashed. It did not crash. No. Rounder. Round. I don't know why I'm struggling so much. Draw the mouth. Do it! Please! Okay. What's wrong with me? Mustache. Away it goes. Please. Please. Oh, it looks so cursed. I will forever make Eve sandy cheeks. I do love the way that you draw her teeth is like one big buck tooth. It's very funny to me. It's not one big buck tooth. It's just a little gap in the front. Oh, that looks cursed. Nose. Can I? Nose! Nose! Please! No. Well, I know why that looks so cursed. It's because I was drawing it wrong. It still looks cursed like that. Never mind. I need to make it. help me. Oh, Lord. Oh, it's all horrible. We're taking the nose off and the mouth off for a little while until I figure out what the heck I am doing. Let's see, we're turning the opacity down on this. I need to draw her stupid bush hair first. There we go. Now you look like yourself. You still look wrong, but you look better. Ooh. Normal. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Is this a commission we're working on for Mercer? No, this is this is planned to be a notebook cover. And also I'm using it as footage for an assignment. I'm curious, what would have happened if Lucifer and Lilith were the ones to be born in heaven? If they were born, they would have killed each other. See, the only reason that Lucifer found Lilith, as interesting as he did, for as long as he did, is because she was a tsundere. Like, huge, violent tsundere. And Lucifer likes it when they play hard to get. She liked him at first, and then after that, she stopped liking him, and that's when she became hard to get, and that's when he got interested in her again. So they had this really toxic cycle for a very, very long time, where she wouldn't be interested in him, and then he would be interested in her, and then it would flip, and then it would flip again, and it kept on flipping back and forth, until Lilith got fed up with it. No! What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What is wrong? Go, that looks like her. It's draw the teeth. Draw them. Draw. No. Teeth! Please. Okay. That looks fine. Heath. Oh, that gap looks bad. Let me try that again. Gotta shrink the pen for this one, boys. Heath. I did it. Praise me. Ew, that makes her look old. No. Now for the nose. Oh, Lord. It worked! Finally! I'm free! I'm free! I might make it like... I don't want to make it too big, but I do want to make it like a little more squishy. There we go! Nice and squishy. Finally! Now we just need to change the positioning of this eye so it looks normal. Too much. Too much. There we go. Perfect, we did it. Man, your hair is huge. Oh, look at her! She's like a little sheepy. I never flipped the canvas. Uh-oh. Oh, thank goodness gracious, it's fine, it's fine. Oh. Apparently there was an article about Rachler walking her dog or something, and it proceeded to talk about how terrible the Snow White movie was. The Snow White movie was very terrible. I think they had some ideas in there that like could have been salvaged and actually might have been interesting if only they had done them at all well. Thank you, Rapid, for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. When you win the lottery, you must support the Divine Possum. Did you win the lottery? Is that why you suddenly have money? Oh wait, my chat was in the wrong place. Okay, that makes more sense. Why do I imagine Adam and Eve both with apples? I'm struggling to tell them apart. We need a video that's just BBFFB, Adam unboxing a flamethrower and not knowing that such a thing exists and his reaction to it. That would be very cool. I would love to do that. You know what? That actually might be possible if I were able to get my hands on a flamethrower. I could like, I could put on an Adam costume, and then I could film it and see if Egg could dub over it. That would be awesome. Expansion on correctly? It probably isn't. It's not. It's fine. And the human eye can't really pick up on it anyway. Imagine a slice of life BBFFB episode where everyone's just chilling with each other, both the antagonists and protagonists. That would be fun. Something that I would absolutely love to do someday is get all of my staff together to go to a Has-Been Hotel convention and have a panel there. Like, not like a big event panel, probably. It would probably be confined to, like, one booth where we sell merch and answer questions. I think it would be fun if I could get everyone to dress up as their characters and, like, just hang out. Which one would I dress as? Probably Nifty. And we could get you, like, maybe we could get you 2 masks so you can switch between Nifty and Cherry. Do they just sell flamethrowers? I mean, the army has to buy them from somewhere, right? Oh boy, 6 o'clock. I think it's almost time for me to clock out, but I'm not done yet. Where's this line? Where are you? You're not supposed to be there. Go away. Be gone! Is my baby. She's my baby. Look at my baby. She's the most adorable of babies. Angie, you're getting your actors mixed up. Am I? Am I getting my... Is PETA not Nifty? I thought PETA was... No, Cherry Bomb's someone else. Hang on, who is perhaps his other character? Oh! It's perhaps... I was getting perhaps and PETA mixed up. Oh, well, perhaps we'll have no problem at all dressing up as as both Sarah and Emily. I would imagine you would probably want to be Emily rather than Sarah, because Sarah's tall and her outfit is different. I'm so sorry. They both start with P. I wasn't reading correctly. I'm sorry. I saw P and E at the front and I was like, that's PETA for certain. PETA with 4 words, perhaps with 7 words. Okay, so you're right, but the way that it's showing up on my screen is, for my chat, is PETA's name is written in gray, which doesn't stand out near, like, even half as much as the other names, so it keeps getting swallowed up in my vision by other people around it, and even, like, the text of the chat itself. I didn't make a plan for your other arm. Hang on. It's the wrong size. I'm getting hungry. I wondered if I still have pizza in the freezer, or did I already eat it? I think I already ate it. I think I've got rice in the freezer. Oh, but I'm out of tomatoes. Yet I didn't go to the store. You know, worst part of being an adult, in my opinion, right now, is that anytime you want to eat, you have to go to the grocery store. Well, maybe not anytime, but like, I keep running out of ingredients. I ran out of cheese today. What am I supposed to eat now that I'm out of cheese? I have hot dogs. I can make myself a hot dog. So your hand should be right there. Eh. Not the cheese. Yeah, I ran out of cheese. I had this gigantic bag, one of the big bags from Walmart, one of the really long bags that lasts forever. And what I would do, it's lasted me a very long time. It lasted me all of winter semester actually. And part of the first couple weeks of this one, because it was so big. And what I would do to keep it from going bad is I would put it in the freezer, and surprisingly that didn't destroy it. Like, I didn't know you could freeze cheese and have it still taste exactly the same when you unfroze it. But you can. So next time I go to the store, I'm gonna get one of those big industrial sized bags of cheese. Eve would eat cheese. She'd love it. I'm sure that was one of her first favorite things about heaven, is that cheese exists in heaven, and they hadn't figured out how to make cheese on Earth yet. Eve would love cheese. She would eat so much cheese. Look at her mouth and tell me that this mouth is not waiting for cheese. I would enjoy it if somebody would make a little animation with baby Adam and Eve where God comes into the garden and throws cheese at them, like when you throw cheese at a cat's face and then it doesn't know what to do. That's why Adam is cheese colored. So she can eat his hair. More like cheese. I actually based a lot of Eve's personality off of my own little sister, Moose Cat. Is my own little Moose Cat is the most easygoing person that you could ever meet ever. She's so sweet. She's such a nice person. And she's cute and feminine and she likes silly little girly things. She's picking her. How did you do that? How did you do that? How did you get her to pick her? What? How did you make that happen? Since Adam is cheese colored, would Eve call him the first snack? Yeah, and then she would bite him. With channel points, you can edit an emoji. That's awesome. That is so cool, actually. How many channel points do y'all have for my channel? I'm curious. $13K, my goodness, that's a lot. It's the little bubble thing? It is the little bubble thing. Give my girl. Oh, she's so cute. She's my pretty lady. She's my baby. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna draw all the line art that's underneath, and then when I fill it in, it'll be fine. You know what? I could fill it in right now. Hang on. I have an idea. Let's see. Wait, I need to do it on this layer, otherwise it messes up and has an aneurysm. And now I just need to make sure that all of the little gaps are all full. Ugh. Sorry, my apologies. I don't know if that picked up on stream. Sometimes it doesn't pick up when I burp, and sometimes it does. Fill those crevices! Fill them! Fill them! God, I'm such a dirty, dirty fern. I need all of my crevices filled! Every last one of it! Apologize. Guys, what if we do random little thingy where we draw angel versions of historical figures or whatnot for BBFFB background characters? I would accept that. Just make sure that they weren't evil. You know? You know what would be horrible? You know what would be absolutely terrible? If we put Markiplier in there. Because Markiplier for sure would go to heaven, but I don't want to accidentally foretell his death. Because the show is set in 2025. When Markiplier dies, I'm gonna be so upset. I will be inconsolable for days. We could put Technoblade in there. I was never really a fan of him, but like, I wouldn't mind doing a tribute to him. Oh wait, that's a leaf in there too. I decided no, it's not a leaf. I don't want to realize that line. It'll be fine. Fine. I'm glad they put a tribute to Technoblade in the movie, even if I haven't watched it because I think the movie will be bad. Like, I know everybody has said so far that it's a good movie, but it just does not look like a type of movie that I would enjoy watching. It looks like a silly fun romp, which definitely has its place, but it looks like it would be too high energy for me to actually enjoy it, you know? Let's draw Angel Jack Black and name him Saint Steve. Okay. Are there any gaps up here? Looks like that's a no. Yeah, my notes on the movie says you probably would find a lot of stuff to complain and criticize about. Yeah, absolutely. I am one of those people that is I'm highly critical. I really am. If there's something to criticize about, I will find it and I will point it out. I do not enjoy movies that you turn your brain off and just enjoy. Usually, I did enjoy the Mario movie. I did enjoy that. But also the Mario movie wasn't terrible and made enough sense in its own world. I would have appreciated if Mario was, you know, from that world. I don't like movies that are like the main character like was transported in from a different world. I don't enjoy that. Because I would rather you just give me the world. Like, imagine if imagine if the Lord of the Rings movie was an isekai where where these kids get sucked into the Lord of the Rings. That would be horrible. Nobody wants that. Imagine imagine if the Five Nights at Freddy's movie was a where like this random guy gets isekai'd into the world of Five Nights at Freddy's. That would be lame. Imagine if the Minecraft movie was about these random children that get isekai'd into the world of Minecraft and then start pointing out how weird it is. Would be lame. I just don't like isekais. To me, they feel they feel lazy to me. In all honesty, I think isekais can be done right, absolutely, but they usually aren't. But no, that's not how. They absolutely can be done right, but it seems like isekais, like especially American isekais, like are just an excuse to not have to work on any world building. Where's the there? Alice in Wonderland and Narnia, I think, are good examples. Those I do think are good examples, actually. Those two do isekai very well. I think the difference between a good isekai and a bad isekai, at least in the US when it comes to movies, the difference with the biggest difference between Alice in Wonderland and Narnia and then the Minecraft movie is that Alice in Wonderland and Narnia both were written as books, where the point was they were always originally intended to be an isekai. Whereas with Minecraft, you took characters from the real world and isekai'd them into an existing IP, instead of just treating the IP like with respect and giving it the writing it deserves. Oh, Ducky, it's good to see you. Is AJ repeating for anybody else? I hope I'm not. Am I? I feel like somebody would have let me know if I was. Oh. No. Be normal. No. No, why can't I draw? That looks fine, I guess. You can do better than that. Go. There's a finger. Well, I guess that's a thumb. I think the Minecraft movie can have a lot of different movie stories I'm willing to open, and each one as if there were a lot of elements in the movie that made me go, wow, if someone took that and made it into something else. That sentence did not make any sense to me. Honestly, I think Minecraft would do better as a series rather than as a standalone movie, or like a series of movies, because the world of Minecraft is just so vast. I used to be big on the Plants vs. Zombies fandom. I love Plants vs. Zombies! I didn't know there was a fandom for it until like it was long dead. I think that property could make an excellent movie, and I feel like Plants vs. Zombies, compared to Minecraft, would actually fit the tone of Jack Black way more. Imagine if Jack Black played Crazy Dave. Oh, I would show up for that any day. I would love that. That would make me so happy. I just hope that they don't cast a stupid child to play the main character. I think the main character, whoever's gardening for Crazy, like, in the front line, whoever is Crazy Dave's neighbor, needs to be a silent character. He announced another Minecraft movie. Yes, that's the name. You're kidding me. Thanks a lot, guys. Wow, we're really fighting back against the machine, aren't we? We're really voting with our wallets, aren't we? Aren't we, fellas? Good movies! And then they all show up to the Minecraft movie. Are we kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why are American consumers so bad at protesting for better content? Fellas, if you show up for content that's just okay, they're gonna think that they can get away with it, and they'll keep making more! Why do we only avoid movies after they've gotten to the point where they're so bad and so repetitive? Later! We let them keep making live action remakes for years! We let that happen! Oh yeah, I'm repeating? Oh great. Hang on, let me check my own stream to make sure that it's just a glitch on your end. Testing, testing, testing. Oh, it is! Oh, well that's just great. Where is that picking up from? I wonder if... Hang on, I'm gonna try unplugging my mic and plugging it back in. Alright, let's see if that worked. Okay, I think it's good. I think it's just repeating like the repeat on that time. I think that was just like my mic picking up on my own stream when I was listening to it. That was not a glitch repeat. That was a you can hear the stream that I was listening to type repeat. If it does it again, let me know. Because I'm not listening to my own stream anymore, so if there's a repeat, that means there's a problem. I don't want to make your hands look too much like an adult's. Let's shrink those fingies back a little bit. There we go. Plants and water. The PVZ movie would go hard as a fic. It kind, you know what? It would. I feel like there's a lot of potential with Plants vs. Zombies to be like a nice lighthearted comedy. But just so long as they don't make it cheesy and over the top and stupid like they did with one of the games. They made like a Fortnite type game once with Plants vs. Zombies, like Heroes or something stupid like that. Your titty would be right there. I need to cover that better. There we go. Ah! They'd make the zombies have a sympathetic background. They probably would. Yeah, I think that's something that I'm extremely sick of in modern movies more than anything, is that they want to have nuance in their story. All of the superficial nuance. That's what I'm sick of. That's what I would call it. Superficial nuance. Hang on, I need you to turn off for a second because there are bits that are hanging out. You can see them. Let's see, is there still chops? Okay. Alright, that's better. Everything looks good now. The bad guy was actually the victim all along is so overdone at this point. I agree. I'm so glad I'm not doing that with my own fic. This is taking longer than I thought it would. I mean, I guess it's no surprise that it's taking that it's taken 3 hours! Because I'm doing 2 characters in a full background, but even still, I thought I would be closer to done by now. Especially because my assignment is due tonight. But, it should take too long to edit. Since this is, like, for an assignment, I can, do less art for it. But there was this one image that I really wanted to draw, for it. So, there's this one line in Moses, and that's where we were reading. We were reading in Moses. There's this one like piece of imagery that I absolutely love, and it's like it describes like before the flood. It describes Lucifer as holding a chain, and the chain was wrapped around the entire world, and he was laughing, and his angels were all happy. I wanted to draw that so much. That would go so hard as a poster. I'm gonna give you just a little belly. There you go. Yes, just a little belly. Moses or Noah? It's in the book of Moses. It's like just before the story of Noah. So I'm a Mormon. We've got a little bit of extra content over here in my particular fan space. And one of the things we have is the book of Moses, and it's not about Moses. The book of Moses, it does have some bits that are about Moses, but a lot of it is actually filling in bits of Genesis that were lost in translation or over the course of years, because you know, paper decays and whatnot. The Mormons get a free DLC. Yeah, basically. Well, it's not free. Books of scripture to actually own are very expensive. Look at your little Tumby. Tumby. I want to give it like a little more roundness to it. There we go. A little bit of round. Dang it! I need to subscribe to Christian Plus. There's actually is like this Christian streaming service. I forget what it's called. But they have like some of the worst movies ever made, and they're all Christian themed. Gotta pay $10.99 a month for it. Oh no, you don't have to buy the physical copies of the books if you don't want to. We have a free app you could read them on. I just prefer the real thing. Christian media needs a quality improvement. Yeah. We're starved for content. And, you know, a lot of Christian media is really, really bad because there is so little of it. A lot of it is made like just as a quick cash grab because there's not very much competition. Look at that puppy! It's just so cute! I can get rid of this line. That doesn't need to be there. Actually, it looks better when it's there. She looks so cute. I think your arms are too skinny. I remember seeing a YouTuber review of a movie of a Christian trying to remake Saw into a Christian movie. Oh, that's so stupid. That's better. Be a little too thick. There we go. That's perfect. He's like a little homunculus. Have you ever seen kids like that where they've got like they're perfectly healthy, they're at the right weight, but then they have like a tiny little beer belly just because they haven't like grown up quite yet. It's very cute. Just like a lot of little baby fat still in the tummy. Ever heard of VelosPastor? Maybe I have, but I'm so bad at remembering names that I might not. Is that the guy that like got interviewed by this reporter about his private jet? And he was like a total demon during that interview, just like you could tell he was evil. He's like a televangelist. Is that who we're talking about? Oh, she's the cutest little lady. I want to like reference her horns a little bit, like with the sticks that are in her hair, but like sticks don't usually curve like this. That would be a very big stick for her to have in her hair. No, I meant VelociPastor, but I do know who you're talking about. VelociPastor. Is that a dinosaur? In like a little cassock? Dick. It's a low budget movie about this pastor who gets turned into a dinosaur. I would watch that. That sounds like a good time. Brontosaurus. No, I don't like the placement of that one. She's my lady. She's my pretty lady. I love her. She might be, like, I think one of my favorite OCs ever. She's just such a precious, pretty girl. Who only ever did one thing wrong. know what? We're gonna remove this stick right here and replace it with a big ol' leaf. Can you blame her though, who wouldn't believe a magic talking snake? And clearly she believed it. I feel like I would not believe a magic talking snake. I feel like I would be scared. We could put like a few berries in here too that got stuck. So she's got a little bit of red in there. Oh, that's gonna be so cute! Yeah. I think I don't like this leaf, actually. I can make a better leaf. Got soda, gonna drink my breakfast? No, don't have soda for breakfast! Don't do that! That's such a bad idea. You're starting the morning off bad. To be fair, Adam and Eve were kind of dumb when they were told to eat the fruit. They were they were dumb children. They didn't know any better. I mean, they kind of did. They were told not to do it, and then they did it anyway. Like, I feel like he should know better not to do that, no matter what age you are. Imagine if instead of a fruit in the middle of the garden, imagine if it was a stove. Hey, don't touch that stove. You'll burn yourself. And the snake comes and tells him, touch the stove! Touch the stove, Eve! You'll be a god! Touch it! Touch it! I just remembered the clip of me, like, goading the frog into touching the magma. And that was Lucifer. Hey, you should eat this fruit. Touch it. Touch it. It's not even morning. Then why did you call it breakfast? Dick. Alright, I think she's all done. I always imagine them eating the fruit and God acting like a mom and asking them, and Adam and Eve just break down crying like children, and God's just trying not to yell at him. He didn't even try not to yell at him. He was mad. Ah! No. No, this cannot be forgiven. Now empty the compartments of your pantaloons. For what purpose? For what purpose? There we go. I'm really hungry. I can imagine the serpent watching Adam and Eve play during this art. That was actually my plan for the backside. Gundam's always had kind of a more squarish face, even as a kid. It was a lot more square almost when he was a kid, and it kind of like lengthened out as he got older. Circle. So cute, I love you! There we go. Like a soft square. What was Adam and Eve's reunion after both of them died? Spicy. Oh, you got an ad? Oh, I'm sorry. Smaller. Mark Zuckerberg mad because you're not playing Honkai. Real. Speaking of Honkai, I'm kind of disappointed. They never got back to me. And part of that might be my fault because I was asleep. When they asked me, what time, I wanted. So they wanted to meet on Monday at some time to like talk about stuff. And I asked them which Monday, this Monday or next Monday, because I was supposed to go on a date with somebody this Monday, but then he ghosted me, so it didn't even matter. I should have just said, yeah, I'll be there if I can do 5. So I asked them what day, and they said this Monday, and I was like, okay, does 5 work? And then they never got back to me because I was asleep when they were like, yeah, this Monday. So I was asleep, and I couldn't get back to them until that Monday, and they haven't got back to me since, and I'm really disappointed. Because I would really have liked to have funneled them to my YouTube channel where I have more subs, so I could get more money out of them. No. 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 I'm fighting my dog. He wants my food. What do you have? I'm hungry. Give me. Share! No, that's not. No, that's not normal. Your face needs be lower. Henders, corn, and mac and cheese. It's a TV dinner. I want some corn. Give me your corn. You know what I want now? I want corn with lasagna. Y'all ever had corn with your lasagna? It's so good. Your eyes need to be nice and big and round. Man, I would love to make a lasagna, except that I'm out of noodles, and I'm out of sauce, and I'm out of cheese. I'm out of everything. I can't make a lasagna, even though I want one. You want to know how I got these scars? Yeah, he fought a lion. It was an accident. He was just asking it for directions. And then it mangled him. He was okay though. Well, Canon Kid Adam had a stick he used as a sword and has a new one in heaven he calls Excalibur after hearing Arthurian legends. Well, he does not have just one sword. No, no, no. He's a manly man, and manly men have more than one sword. This is what his swords look like. He's got 2 of them. I neglected to color them in, but look at that! 2 big old swords. Alright, fan art, now! Do it! I can't put it off any longer. I'm very hungry. I'm gonna go make myself some hot dogs, and I'll finish this off stream. So